Hey there, welcome back to Tennille Talks. All right, y'all, so this reading is very clear and simple to me, but for some reason, there is so much resistance. And this isn't like resistance where I'm like, okay, the Most High is telling me I need to put this down. This is not a reading that I can post. This is not a reading I can record. It's not that kind of resistance. It's like somebody just doesn't want either me to know something or somebody doesn't want you to know something. I have the energy of a mature man. When we say mature, yes, this can be somebody who's older in age, but you can also be mature because of the wisdom you carry. Maybe you have some type of authority. Now, if this person is mature because of position, they could be a father, a grandfather, an uncle, they could be the leader of something, right? And so people look up to this person. This mature man is feeling guilty. This mature man wants forgiveness. This mature man is wanting to confess and apologize for something. Now, the next thing, which was really weird, is that it's almost like he wants to return home to mom. This mature man is wanting to return to a safe haven. At some point, this mature man was imposing unnecessary limits. Let's think about, how we hear like hover mother, there are certain type of parents where they are smothering you. They are on top of you, watching you do. You can't breathe. They are navigating and dictating and guiding and directing, every aspect of their child's existence. And that's what I see here. And so there's a mature man that feels guilty. They want to apologize. They're going to ask for forgiveness. They're asking for forgiveness because they want to return to a safety. Imagine if you haven't seen your mom for a long time. I think about this, Eli, my firstborn, when I used to pick him up from daycare, sometimes he would cry. Now, he only went to daycare for like 3.5 months. But when I would pick him up, sometimes he would just emotionally release and break down. And it's like he kept everything in all day. And then finally, when he saw me, it's like he just wanted to return to mama. But he really couldn't say it. He just couldn't. It just wasn't safe to express that. He knew it wasn't safe to express that. And so seeing me meant that it was safe to feel and it was safe to get it out. I am seeing a mature man who is wanting to get it out. They're wanting to feel safe. They're wanting to express something, right? But it's almost, but the feeling, it will bring them, it's a maternal comfort. So I don't know if you carry a maternal energy and they're wanting to know that they haven't upset mama. And you can be a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. But there's an energy that they recognize. There's an energy that they recognize that they have really crossed, right? And so they feel guilty. They feel guilty. There is a confession coming. Forgiveness will be asked of you. Forgiveness may be required. Now, the reason why, okay, let's be clear. Is this real forgiveness? Is this a real apology? I get the energy of death. Every soul will taste death. This is talking about an Adinkra symbol. Adinkra symbols are visual representations of proverbs, right? Proverbs give us messages. They give us guidance. It could be historical, philosophical, cultural, economic, right? And so this Adinkra symbol, the ladder of death, it says death's ladder is not climbed by just one person. And so I feel like this mature man misused a trigger point. A trigger point meaning a divine being. This mature man misused a divine being and has now become aware that death's ladder for them is near. Now, this divine being is a newly initiated elder. And so the battle between this mature man and this divine being, I don't know how long it was going on. I don't know how long it was taking place. But the divine being in this story is newly initiated, which means for quite a while you had been being groomed. You were being incubated by the Most High. So whatever life has looked like for you up until this point, it was getting you to this first victory. You have just had an initial victory. There was an obstacle in front of you and you swept it aside. But this is almost like a public victory that proves that you are who you are. You are what you are. More importantly, right? So this is like you having power. This is like you winning a damn arm wrestling contest. But you're 10 and you just battled, the arm wrestling champion who's got a gold belt. But somebody said that you had some magic in you. Somebody said that your muscles hit different. And so although small in stature, although newly initiated, when you're new to something, people often think that new means that you don't know. But wisdom is wisdom, right? And depending on how you've been groomed or incubated, you never know what you don't know until you use it, right? And so this is like you using something, being like, damn, that shit worked. Like that shit really worked. But you're about to see the impact of what you have just done, which was good. You didn't do anything bad. You didn't do anything bad. Because a victory for you is a victory for the Most High. The Most High moves through you to gain victories for the kingdom of light. It's just that simple. And so the kingdom has been advanced through you. You are a trigger point. You are a kernel, a seed. Wherever the Most High puts you, you win. You bring the energy of love. You are the Ace of Cups, right? And so when anybody gets an Ace of Cups in the reading, you're the Ace of Cups that the Most High is sending them. That's the energy that you carry, right? And so imagine that when the Most High drops you into a community, whether they understand who you are or not, you are their Ace of Cups. You come with the ability to heal. You come with the ability to love, right? Now, your entire journey had to first teach you how to love yourself, how to be concerned with yourself, how to heal yourself, how to be independent, right? You have to be groomed into the Ace of Cups. You have to be your own doctor and your own therapist for a very long time. And I almost feel like once you pass a certain level, then you become the Ace of Cups. Then you carry the energy of the Great Mother. Your pleasure and your happiness is influential. So that is the energy that makes you a seed. You're like a heart emoji, right? And so when you're dropped, you love drops in, but it drops in through you. And so there was somebody who was attached to you, and it was really because, okay, so here's the thing. The mature man, although big in stature in the outside world because they carry authority and significance, internally the mature man has a desire to return to safety. They want to get back, yes. Somebody recognized that they messed up. Like you carry the energy of the Divine Mother or the Great Mother. And so when the Most High dropped you somewhere, there was somebody that wanted you to carry them, right? And so you are the Ace of Cups. The thing about the aces is that nothing is guaranteed. You have to do the work. You just can't get the cup and think that the cup is going to make the magic, right? You got to wake up and engage with it every day. Like it did, you have to choose love every day. You have to think love. You have to act with love. You have to engage. Like, you have to live it, eat it, sleep it, breathe it. And so if you are a heart emoji of the Most High, when you are dropped into certain environments, don't be surprised if people don't know how to love, don't know how to heal. You know what I mean? The reason why you're there is because you're the ace. You're the beginning. You're the beginning. And so I feel in this reading that there was a mature man that at some point experienced your energy, and you were just the beginning of what could be. But I feel like this person wanted to capture you or wanted you to carry their basket. It's almost like, well, just pick my heart up and carry it. Well, just clean my heart for me. Like, it's like they wanted you to do all of the work, right? But the reason why the guilt is here is because they were wearing a mask. They were being deceptive. They were pretending. They were being inconsistent, right? But there is something that you wrote. There is something that you said that cut through the deception. And so now this person is feeling some kind of way. They're feeling guilty. They're wanting forgiveness. They want to confess something. But they're only wanting to confess because they failed. We have 2 Timothy 2, verse 24 through 26. Don't be taken captive by the trap. It says the Lord's servant must not be quarrelsome, but must be kind to everyone, able to teach and not permanently triggered. So let's imagine that somebody entered your energy just to piss you off, just to trigger you, just to trap you, just to offend you, right? As long as you're arguing, this gives me the idea of just being a classroom teacher. I don't even have to stretch too far. You give the same instructions to the entire class. You set the entire class up for success. But then there are certain people who need more attention, right? They just can't take what you've given them. They want you to cut their paper. They want you to glue their paper. They want you to answer it for them. They want you to draw it for them. They want you to open their juice. They want you to open their chips. They want you to, right? Like, there are certain students or certain children that literally want you to carry their basket. And it's like they really just want you to be their mama. There could have been a mature man that literally wanted you to be a mama. Recognize that you are a seedling for change. You were a seedling of the Most High, but I almost got that somebody wanted to possess you. But maybe they wore a mask to pretend something. They were I don't know if the outcome for this man is death, but just the weight of this reading is heavy. It's heavy to move through. This could be somebody that's in my energy, which is why it is so heavy. This could be why it's so heavy. And so, if this has resonated with you up until this point, if you were to be taken captive, if this mature man was to successfully remain as an obstacle in your way, you wouldn't have been able to be the seedling for change because you would have been triggered. This is like the Most High. You are the Ace of Cups. The Most High puts you in a position to pour love out, to fill other people's cup. But this mature man wanted to trigger you in such a way that the shit that you start pouring, it's like you're pouring dirty water. It's like you're unable, right? Because when you're triggered, you're emotionally, think about when they talk about when you're eating meat. I eat meat, okay? But one of the reasons I heard about, is the process of the animal's death. It changes the meat. Right? The emotional state of the animal injects something into the meat. And so you are essentially eating the emotions, the feelings, right? You are eating the animal in the state that it was last in when its life ended. And so this is almost somebody wanting to trigger you so much so that you can carry their own basket. You understand what I'm saying? Somebody wanting you to be so emotionally invested. Somebody that's just wanting to, listen, this could have been some type of love spell. Somebody that wanted to get in your cup, be in your cup, but they were really an obstacle. But I don't know if they were pretending to be a love, a like-minded soul, a part of a community. You know, maybe they too were considering themselves to be some type of trigger point. This is somebody that was wearing a mask. I think that they wanted you to think that they were like you. But you wrote something, you communicated something, and you moved them to the side, which made it very clear that you are who you are. Now, I don't know how long this person was in your way or in your energy. But again, the idea was for you to quarrel with them, was for you to be triggered, right? For you to no longer be kind. For you to no longer be teachable by the Most High. It's like it's just like an annoyance. It is an annoyance. They were hoping that they could just annoy and aggravate you to pieces. That's what I'm getting. And the reason why is we have the accumulation of wealth, we have gift and sweet dream. If you were to be taken captive by their trap, it would have impacted your sweet dream, your satisfaction, your material support, your emotional, right? Your ability to receive wealth. If you are permanently triggered, your cup is dirty. Your cup is dirty. Right? If you are permanently triggered, the Most High can't put a dirty cup anywhere. You can't be the seedling for change. You can't be the seedling for love. And so loving yourself essentially means cleaning your cup, making sure that you filter your own water. Sometimes people are going to want to put shit in your water. They are going to be mad that their water don't look like your water. They got dirty bath water, but your shit is crystal clear. Sometimes people don't like it. They don't understand it, but they will pretend to be like you. They will pretend to be a part of you. Yes. But then you'll recognize little things. You'll pick up on little energies, right? And they'll trigger you. And y'all, if you don't honor it, and if you don't stand up to it immediately, over time, it changes the quality of your cup. It changes the quality of what you can pour into others. And so you recognize that was somebody who was tainting your cup. They were messing with your emotional waters. You recognize that they were deceptive. They were pretending. They were inconsistent. You wrote something. You communicated something. And when you did this, you sent them to the ladder of death. Death is a ladder that is not climbed by just one person. We're all going to get there, but we're not going to get there at the same time. However, when you remove this obstacle, this person now knows when their time is. Right? Every soul will taste it. This person just got a taste of death. Now, this could be literal death, or they're dead to you. They are now dead to you. And so the idea was to trigger you out of your position, right? But this seems to be in a subtle way, which is why the mask is here. You know, this is somebody wearing a mask so that you think they're one way. But then you being this newly initiated elder means that there's no mask that you can put on that I won't be able to see behind. So you seeing behind this mask is a necessary victory. But I also recognize that this person, this mature man, again, you know, grandfather, father, this could be somebody that for quite a while had you carrying their basket because they knew that you were a trigger point. Some people, their only goal is to offend you so much. That you have to carry the same poverty that they were carrying, right? If somebody is filled with nothing but offenses and grief and disappointment, That's all they can give you. But they'll wear a mask like it's a lot of love. But every now and then it's like they drop little hints of who they really are. And if you fight with it, if you battle with it, then you have just picked up their basket. Now you're picking up the shit that they were carrying before they even got to you. And so the idea is that if you are picking up their basket, you can't carry your gift. You can't carry your sweet dream. You can't accumulate your wealth. So you cannot be taken captive by the trap. Some people want to trap you in their own energy, in their own reality. When they see that you have figured out your way, they'll want you to figure it out for them, but they won't say that to you. They'll want you to think that they are just like you. They'll want to get as close to you as possible. And before you know it, they're depositing and they're dropping loads of their negative or toxic energy into your energy. And you're like, why am I having to transmute? Every 3 days I got to step away from you, or every 3 days I got to reset. It's because somebody is depositing something in your cup that is impure, that is not yours, but they're wearing a mask. They're not wanting you to know that they're doing this. They're attempting to trigger you out, to permanently trigger you. That's how you end up carrying other people's baskets, because they've got you to quarrel with them. They've got you to step outside of your kindness and to step into their energy of combativeness, right? Y'all, this reading was so hard. Like, it just physically felt, it's only 20 minutes. Like, I literally felt like I spent 5 times that trying to get this out. And so the quality of it, please forgive me. But if this is for you, you are the newly initiated elder. You just got a victory. This was a big victory. This was a big win. This was a big win. And so congratulations to you. An apology. Somebody's feeling guilty. Somebody may confess, or they want to return to a safe haven. They want to get back to a safe space. But if somebody wore a mask, that means they always knew that they were unsafe for you. If somebody puts a mask on, they are telling themselves, I'm not safe. The only way I can appear safe is if I deceive them, is if I pretend. Anybody that is willing to put on a mask is not able to return. That's my personal belief, right? Because they entered with the deception. They were never pure. And they were hoping to get you trapped. And this is somebody that literally got caught in their own trap, because you refuse to step out of position, meaning you refuse to step out of your energy and entertain or carry the energy of another. Sometimes people want you to carry their energy, to just please clean my energy, just clean it up for me, right? But they'll pretend that they're like you. They'll pretend that they're a part of your community. They'll pretend that they're like-minded. They'll pretend. But when you feel those deposits, when you feel those, what was that? Honor that. Honor that. Because those things accumulate to traps. Right? It's small little deposits, but over time it escalates and it grows. And that's why the triggering, that's why it becomes permanent, because it was done again and again and again. But it was so subtle and it seems so innocent, right? And so that is the energy that I'm getting for this reading, y'all. I love you, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.